worry. Be happy.
Smile there with Comium. They are the sponsors of the Fatu Show. Hello and welcome to another week of the Fatu Show. We would like to say thank you very much for your participation in our Facebook. You can subscribe to us. If you are not our friends on Facebook, you can subscribe to us on the Fatu Show, and that's FATU space SHOW. And on the show again today, as always, you can send us text messages on 655-2002, 655-2002. If you have any questions that you would want to answer, send us a text message. We won't be able to take phone calls because it's a live program and we are not set for that. But first, we would like to congratulate His Excellency the President. It's the 6th year of the breakthrough. Time really flies. I cannot believe it's 6 years already. And today they're having a program at the July 22nd Square. Everybody's invited. I saw that in the news. Well, my guest this evening is the Ambassador of the United States of America. Ambassador Alfred is here with me, and he's going to be talking to me about his work and the relations between Banjul and Washington. Mr. Ambassador, welcome to Fatu Show.
Thank you for the invitation. I'm delighted to be here.
Well, it's really nice to have you on the program this evening. First, I would like you to tell us about yourself and your background.
Well, I'm a professional diplomat. I've been a diplomat since 1978. This is the 12th country I have served in.
12th country?
Not including the United States. So occasionally I work in the State Department. 4 in Europe, 4 in Asia, and this is my 4th assignment in Africa. I've also been in Ethiopia, in Kenya, and in Namibia. And this is my first time in West Africa, and it's a wonderful place. I don't know what took me so long to get here.
Now, which of the missions was the most challenging for you? You've been to all the 3 African countries, right? This is the 4th one, and you've served in 12 countries.
Yes.
Which one was the most challenging for you, the one that you are like, oh, this is tough?
Baghdad.
Oh, you served in Baghdad?
Yeah, I was a year in Baghdad.
Okay, and when was that?
2007 to 2008.
Oh, that was after
It's a one-year tour. It was
after the
after
situation
the war.
there.
Yes. During the war.
Oh, during the war. It must have been tough.
I served with good people. We had good leaders, and it's part of our job. We go everywhere.
And this is your first time in West Africa,
It
in
is.
Gambia to be more precise.
Yes.
And I know for a fact that before you come over, you must have been reading about the Gambia. But
Yes.
when you get here, when you get off at the plane, what was your impression?
My first few days, I was impressed by the warmth of the people, how welcoming the country is. In the first couple weeks, I learned what a wonderful country this is for tolerance. Everybody gets along here. Different ethnic groups, different religions. It's a model. Many more countries should be like this. I congratulate the people and government of the Gambia on that. It's quite impressive.
Okay. Well, yeah, we appreciate that. Thank you. But I've seen you on TV. You've presented your credentials to His Excellency the President.
Yes.
And what were your impressions of one of the youngest leaders in Africa when you first met him?
Well, he was, of course, very gracious, and we discussed a wide range of topics, places all over the globe, Europe, Africa, the United States. And speaking without notes, he was perfectly familiar with every topic there and had insightful comments about it. The range of his knowledge is really, really impressive.
Yeah. The ambassador that I had on the show, he has said the same thing. He said he must be reading a lot.
Yes. Yes.
Now let's talk about the Banjul-Washington relations.
Okay.
How is it right now?
It's solid, and there are several reasons it's so solid. There are many Gambians who have studied in America. We've got an increasing Gambian-American community in Atlanta, in North Carolina, in Washington, in New York. And this sophisticated audience in the diaspora understands Banjul, and they're very good spokespeople for the Gambia. On the other side, we have had Peace Corps people coming here for 50 years, and it always makes an impression on the volunteers. They go back to America, and once more, they become very good spokespeople for the Gambia.
So
most of them have wonderful
and
experiences
they
here.
speak Wolof, Mandinka, they speak our local languages.
Oh, I'm amazed at how good they are at languages. I visit them in the villages sometimes, and they're very, very good.
Can you speak any of the local, like, do you understand any, like, do you know how to say thank you or how are you in any of the local languages?
I can say thank you in Mandinka, Habarika, and Jody Jeff,
Wolof.
I'm in Wolof. I know a little Arabic, and that gets me by some places. I can say shukran jaziran.
Oh, shukran, that means thank you.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Mr. Ambassador, once again for coming to this program. We have more questions coming up for you. We cannot take phone calls right now, but we would appreciate if you can send us text messages, and that's on 655-2002, 655-2002. If you have questions for the ambassador, and I'm sure he'll be glad to answer. We have put this on Facebook too, that we're interviewing you. But most of the questions, I can say 90% of them are about visas. Does the ambassador work with visas? Before we start asking you those questions.
Most Foreign Service officers start out with visas. I did visas 30 years ago. Let me explain just a little, an overview of the visa process. When you apply for a visa, we look at 3 factors, and every application is different.
Okay.
The first factor is, what is the purpose of your visit? Are you going to be a student? Are you going to visit relatives? Are you going on a vacation? Are you perhaps a businessman being transferred there? There are different types of visas. Are you a diplomat? That's a different type of visa. Once we determine that, we have to see 2 other things. One is, do you have enough money to support yourself while you're there? And then the third thing, and it's very important, we have to see that you intend to return to the Gambia after your visit. That's hard to prove. We look at the strength of ties. If you've been working at a company for 20 years and your family's here and your house is here, that's an easier decision than some of the other decisions. If you're not as well established, if you don't have close family ties you're returning to. It's not a procedure where we check, you have this, you have this, you have this. We want the entire body of evidence. Why are you going? Can you support yourself there? And do you intend to come back?
One issue that people also raise is about the visa fees. And the chief diplomat at the embassy for the United States here in the Gambia, people have said that the fee is too much and sometimes they don't get refunded. They don't never ever get refunded. They're saying is the embassy looking at maybe giving back some percentage back to the people, like 25% of the fees, especially when they refused?
No, this is a worldwide price. Every country we charge the same thing. It's a law passed by Congress. The reason we do this is we expect the people applying for visas to fund the process. And whether you're accepted or refused for a visa, the process is basically the same, and it takes the same amount of work and the same amount of checks.
Okay. Well, Mr. Ambassador, we'll take a quick break, and when we come back, the show continues. Let's take a break now.